My daughter's restaurant empire collapsed in one night. 3 locations, $7 million in investor funding, a cookbook deal worth $500,000. All of it built on my recipes, my techniques, my 40 years of work. She told the food critics she invented everything. Told investors she was a culinary genius. Told the world I was just her mother who taught her to cook. She was half right. I did teach her to cook. But what she didn't know was that I documented everything. Every recipe, every technique, every conversation. And on her flagship restaurant's grand opening night, in front of 200 guests and a dozen food critics, I made sure everyone learned the truth. This is that story. My name is Maria. I'm 61 years old, and I've been cooking since I was 7. My grandmother taught me in her tiny kitchen in Naples. Every Sunday, we'd make pasta from scratch. She'd tell me stories about our family, about the recipes passed down through 5 generations. When I moved to America at 23, those recipes came with me. I worked in restaurant kitchens for years. Prep cook, line cook, sous chef, eventually executive chef at a respected Italian restaurant in Chicago. But I always dreamed of my own place. Something small, intimate. A restaurant that felt like my grandmother's kitchen. I saved for 20 years. Every penny, every tip, every bonus. In 2003, I finally opened Rosa's. 30 seats, 1 dining room, me in the kitchen, my husband Carlo working front of house. The food was simple, traditional, real Italian cooking, not the American version. Handmade pasta, slow-cooked sauces, ingredients that mattered. We struggled at first. Small restaurants always do. But slowly, we built a following. Regulars who came every week. Food bloggers who wrote reviews. By year 5, we had a waiting list. My daughter Sophia was 15 when we opened. She'd grown up watching me cook, helping in the kitchen, learning the recipes I learned from my grandmother. Sophia was smart, beautiful, ambitious. She went to culinary school, then business school, got her MBA at 26. She'd visit the restaurant, taste new dishes, give feedback. "Mom, this is incredible. You should expand. You should franchise. You're sitting on a gold mine." But I didn't want empire. I wanted Rosa's. One perfect place. Sophia couldn't understand that. Carlo died in 2019, heart attack, sudden, devastating. Rosa's felt empty without him. The joy disappeared. Cooking became mechanical. Sophia visited more after that, brought business proposals, spreadsheets, market analysis. "Mom, let me help you grow this. We could have locations in 3 cities. You could retire, live comfortably. I'd handle everything." I wasn't interested. Rosa's was mine and Carlo's. Expanding felt wrong. But Sophia was persistent. "At least let me document the recipes, professionally. So we preserve Nonna's legacy, so nothing gets lost." That made sense. I was 59. Who knew how much longer I'd be cooking? We spent 6 months in my kitchen, Sophia with her laptop, me cooking, explaining every technique, every ingredient ratio, every secret. The focaccia that needs exact humidity, the ragu that cooks for 8 hours, the tiramisu with Nonna's special coffee mixture. "Mom, these need to be protected, trademarked, so nobody can steal them." Who's going to steal them? Corporate chains, food companies, people who'd mass-produce Nonna's food and destroy the legacy. She made it sound noble, protective. "Let me handle the legal stuff, copyright the recipes, trademark the techniques. I know business law. You focus on cooking." I trusted her. She was my daughter. I signed the papers she put in front of me. Didn't read them carefully. They were full of legal language I didn't understand. "This protects everything, Mom. Now Nonna's legacy is safe." I believed her. 6 months later, Sophia announced her restaurant. Nonna's Kitchen. 3 locations launching simultaneously. Chicago, New York, Los Angeles. I've secured investor funding. $7 million. I stared at her. "What?" "I'm taking our family recipes to the national level, making Nonna's food accessible to everyone." "Those are my recipes, Sophia." "There are family's recipes, Mom. And I've spent 2 years developing the business model. The investors are backing me, not Rosa's. I'm the one making this happen." Something in her tone, Cold. Calculating. What did I sign, Sophia? The trademark agreements. The recipes are legally protected now. Protected by who? By Nana's Kitchen LLC, my company. My blood went cold. You trademarked my recipes under your company? Our recipes? And yes, someone had to protect them properly. I created those dishes. I perfected them over 40 years. You cooked them, Mom. I'm building the business. There's a difference. She left. I sat in my kitchen for hours. Then I called a lawyer. The lawyer's name was Anthony Russo. 50s, sharp, Italian-American like me. I showed him the papers Sophia had me sign. He read for 20 minutes, finally looked up. Mrs. DeMarco, you signed over commercial rights to your recipes. What does that mean? It means your daughter owns the trademark. She can use these recipes commercially. You cannot. But I created them. That doesn't matter. You signed away the commercial rights, in writing. Can I still cook them at Rosa's? He flipped through pages. That depends. The agreement grants her exclusive commercial use of these specific recipes and techniques. Technically, Rosa's is a commercial enterprise. She could sue me for cooking my own food? Yes. I felt sick. However, Anthony continued, there's something interesting here. The recipes themselves aren't copyrightable, only the specific written version she created. If you can prove you were making these dishes before she trademarked them, we might have an argument. I've been making them for 40 years. Can you prove it? I thought about my notebooks, handwritten recipes from my grandmother, notes in the margins, dates, photos from Rosa's early years showing the same dishes. Yes, I can prove it. Then we file a lawsuit. Trademark fraud. She claimed original authorship of recipes that existed before her company. How long will that take? Years, and it'll cost you everything you have. I looked at him. What else can I do? You could let her win, walk away, close Rosa's. That's not an option. Then you fight. But Mrs. DeMarco, fighting family destroys relationships forever. She already destroyed our relationship. I'm just making sure she doesn't destroy Nona's legacy too. I spent 3 months gathering evidence. Every photograph from Rosa's opening in 2003. Menu cards showing the same dishes Sophia claimed to invent. Reviews from food critics dating back 15 years describing my signature ragu and perfect tiramisu. My grandmother's original recipe book. Handwritten in Italian. Dated 1956. Customer testimonies. People who'd eaten at Rosa's for years. Maria's focaccia is legendary. I've been coming here since 2005. I found videos. A local news segment from 2008 showing me making pasta, the exact technique Sophia was now claiming as her proprietary method. I documented everything, built a timeline, proved that every recipe Sophia trademarked existed before her company did. Anthony reviewed it all. This is good. Very good. We can win this. How long? 2 years minimum. I don't have 2 years. Her restaurant's open in 3 months. He studied me. There's another option. What? Go public. Tell your story. Let the court of public opinion decide. That'll destroy her. She tried to destroy you first. I thought about it for a long time. Then I said, set up meetings with food critics. I want to tell them everything. Chapter 6. The opening night, 3 minutes. Sophia's flagship, Nona's Kitchen, opened in Chicago on October 15th. Huge venue, 200 seats, open kitchen, investors, food critics, celebrities, everyone who mattered in Chicago's food scene. I wasn't invited, but I came anyway. I wore my chef's whites, the ones from Rosa's, brought my grandmother's recipe book. Security tried to stop me at the door. I'm Maria DeMarco, Sophia's mother. I'm here to see my daughter's restaurant. They didn't know what to do, called Sophia. She appeared, smiled tightly. Mom, what are you doing here? Supporting your big night. She knew I was lying, but she couldn't make a scene. Too many cameras. Of course, come in. The restaurant was beautiful, modern, sleek, nothing like Rosa's, but the menu. Every dish was mine. Maria's signature ragu, my recipe, 40 years of perfecting. Nonna's tiramisu, my grandmother's exact recipe, the one she taught me in 1973. Classic focaccia, the technique I learned from my first chef job in 1982. Sophia was taking credit for everything. Dinner service started. Food critics at every table, cameras everywhere. Sophia stood in the open kitchen directing her staff, playing executive chef. She didn't cook a single dish. Her team made everything, using my recipes, my techniques, my grandmother's legacy. At 8 p.m., the head food critic from Chicago Tribune stood to make a toast. To Sophia DeMarco, culinary genius, a new voice in Italian-American cuisine. Sophia beamed, raised her glass. That's when I stood up. Excuse me, I'd like to say something. Sophia's smile froze. These recipes aren't new. They're not Sophia's invention. They're my grandmother's. They're mine. And they've been served at Rosa's for 20 years. The room went silent. My name is Maria DeMarco. I'm Sophia's mother. And everything on this menu was stolen from me. I pulled out my grandmother's recipe book, held it up. This book is from 1956. Every recipe Sophia claims to have created is in here, written in my grandmother's hand, passed down to me, taught to my daughter. Sophia found her voice. Mom, this is inappropriate. What's inappropriate is you trademarking my life's work and calling it yours. I walked to the front of the room, cameras following me. I have proof. Photographs from Rosa's opening in 2003. Menus showing these exact dishes. Reviews from food critics praising my signature ragu 15 years ago. I pulled out papers, handed them to the Tribune critic. Everything she's serving tonight I've been making for decades. She documented my recipes, trademarked them under her company, and is now pretending she invented them. Sophia's face went white. You're embarrassing yourself. I'm telling the truth. One of the investors stood up. Is this true, Sophia? My mother is confused. These are family recipes, yes, but I developed them for commercial use. I created the business. Did you tell investors these recipes were yours? Silence. Did you claim to be the creator? More silence. That's fraud, Ms. DeMarco. The investor walked out. 3 others followed. Food critics were taking notes, cameras recording everything. Sophia's dream restaurant was collapsing before it even started. The story broke nationally the next morning. Chicago chef accused of stealing mother's recipes. Nonna's kitchen built on lies. Investor fraud, daughter claims mother's life work as her own. Sophia's other 2 locations in New York and LA canceled their openings. Investors pulled out. All $7 million gone. The cookbook deal was terminated. Within a week, Nonna's Kitchen Chicago closed. Sophia called me, crying. You destroyed me. You tried to erase me. I just made sure people knew the truth. I'm ruined. My career is over. You ruined yourself when you stole from your own mother. I was trying to honor Nonna's legacy. By lying, by claiming my work is yours, that's not honor, Sophia. That's theft. She hung up. I sat in Rosa's kitchen, same place I'd been cooking for 20 years. The phone rang. Restaurants wanting to partner, investors wanting to fund expansion, publishers wanting cookbook deals. I said no to all of it. Rosa's was enough. It always had been. Sophia and I haven't spoken in 3 years. Maybe we never will. She's working as a consultant now, helping other people build restaurants. Honest work, I hope. Rosa's is still open. Still 30 seats. Still me in the kitchen. And my grandmother's recipes are still mine. I protected them the only way I could. By telling the truth. Some people say I went too far. That family should forgive. But forgiveness doesn't mean letting someone steal your life's work. It doesn't mean staying silent when someone erases you. I'm 61 years old. I've been cooking for 54 years, and I'm done being invisible. If this story resonates with you, remember, your work matters. Your legacy matters. You matter. Don't let anyone take that away. Not even family. Especially not family.